The White House says President Trump's 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum imports will take effect March 12th, and Canada is paying close attention. Canada is the #1 exporter of steel to the United States. It sent $7.1 billion worth of product last year. Canada also sent $9.4 billion worth of aluminum to the U.S. in 2024. No other country even comes close to that. On Tuesday, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau signaled he could retaliate against the U.S. tariffs.
Imports of Canadian steel and aluminum create thousands, if not millions, of jobs and support families across the United States. We should be doing more together, not fighting with each other, but Canadians will stand up strongly and firmly if we need to.
CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady joins us now. So Trudeau is arguing these tariffs could cost American jobs. Could they? And if so, how many?
So it is possible. We look at what happened when these tariffs were implemented under the first Trump administration. And the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, they did a study, and they found that the U.S. manufacturing industry hired 75,000 less workers than they would have, specifically because of these tariffs on aluminum and steel. And a big reason is that their cost to produce goes up because they have to buy this, and there wasn't necessarily enough being produced in the U.S.
So profit margins go down, you hire fewer people.
You hire fewer people. So if history teaches us anything, then yes, that's possible.
So how would retaliatory tariffs here impact U.S. steel and aluminum producers? How much are we exporting to Canada?
So a lot less than the numbers that you just put up on the screen. We import way more from Canada than we do export. But Canada and Mexico, they are our biggest customers when it comes to exports in those specific industries. Now, the idea, though, would be that we would produce a lot more and we would supply the domestic needs. So maybe that customer being Canada or Mexico, it wouldn't be as integral to the U.S. industries for steel and aluminum. Where I think the retaliatory tariffs are going to hurt us if Canada were to go through with putting them on us, it's going to be agriculture. We export so much grain, fruit, meat to Canada. That's where things could really hurt the U.S.
Okay, so which products could cost more as a result of these, and how quickly?
Yeah, that's always the fun part of the consumer. It gets passed down to us. Two big industries you're going to see a price increase would be home building. Think about the amount of aluminum and steel when it comes to building buildings, building homes. Think about all the rebuilding that needs to happen in Los Angeles right now. The other one would be automobiles. Okay, you're going to see prices go up. And even the Ford CEO has come out and said this is a huge concern for that industry right now.
Oh, okay. Kelly O'Grady, always appreciate you. Thank you.